Now we're live.
Nobody came in yet.
Share y'all live.
Nobody in yet.
Definitely be warming up right now,
We love, baby.
Welcome to another episode of Open Diary. It's your host Jay White, and all y'all just tuned in. How you doing today, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I could be better.
Or worse.
Right, right. Uh, so it's a privilege of having you here today, and hopefully you could share some awareness and let us know what's going on.
I'm about it. I'm all good. What do you
So
want to know?
well, explain your name.
I'm Samantha. Um, I'm from out here. I live out here. I'm from New Jersey. Um, what else you want to know? Like,
It's all about awareness, sweetheart. I want to know, what brought you to Kensington.
so I'm from New Jersey, and I lost my apartment, and it was easier to be homeless out here than it is in New Jersey. So I came over here like 6 years ago, and I've been here ever since. So
What current addictions do you struggle with?
right now, it's crack and fentanyl. Um, that's pretty much probably what keeps me here, keeps me in Kensington. It's a lot harder to get to once you come over here and you're here and you see how you're not as judged here as you are other places. You kind of start to, you fit in. I don't know. It becomes like home here.
Well, how do the people treat you?
I mean, it's a rough spot out here. It's definitely rough, but I fit in pretty, pretty good. You know, I'm I'm a rough person, so
What do you mean by that? You're a rough person.
like I can handle myself. I can handle the what a lot of people probably wouldn't be able to handle out here. They come out here and they see a lot of the drugs, the drug dealers, the addicts, people just you know some people hating on you because you're an addict. Some people hating on you because you're homeless. I mean, you got, and then there's people that there's a lot of good people out here too. A lot of good.
So let's go back in past time. Coming up, how was your life?
Um, I wouldn't say it was bad. I mean, my parents, they weren't really drug addicts. They fought a lot, but looking back, my life, I had a good life. I had two sisters. My dad was strict. My mom was, a pushover, but they were both parents we had. Um,
How far did you go in school?
I went to 11th grade.
Got any work history?
Yeah, I've been a waitress most of my life. Um, you know, yeah, I've been a waitress most of my life. So, and I have a son. So I raised my son and I waitress.
Do you still talk to your son?
Yeah. Well, let's just say we text every day. We don't really have conversations. Like they don't really. He doesn't call, but we text over the phone a lot. So we do have a relationship, and he's a good kid. He's 26, and he still lives in New Jersey.
That's nice. That's nice that y'all still have y'all relationship.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God.
Because a lot of time when drugs come in, that breaks up a happy home, breaks up relatives and families and friends.
And it definitely put a strain on it. And for a few years, we didn't have a good relationship. Um, I think that I'm trying to get him to accept me using, and he's trying to say, I'll have a relationship with you if you get clean, and I'm trying to say, can't you have a relationship with me even if I'm not clean? Like that kind of thing. So now we've just kind of settled in the middle right now. But obviously he wants me to get my shit together, and I want to get my shit together.
Right, because the word accepting you using, you know, he just want better for you.
Hmm. Yeah, he does. And I guess in my head I'm like, at some point I felt like what I do in my personal life, they shouldn't they shouldn't judge me for that, or it was none of their business kind of thing. Like, I'm not asking you for money. I'm not you know I'm doing this in my personal life. I don't get high around you. Why can't you guys accept that? And they were just like, we're not going to accept that.
And no judgment, but my opinion, they shouldn't accept that because by them accepting that, that's just like you saying it's fine for him to do it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Obviously, it's probably probably the reason I want them to accept it is that way it's a little bit easier for me to be this way. Because um, probably another reason I'm not here. It's easier for me to be this way around a bunch of strangers, people that don't really know me. Like when I go home and I'm around people that know me when I was doing good, and like, you're fucking up. They hold me accountable, and it's hard.
Well, we know easy ain't good,
Yeah, no, you're right.
so I would just say, uh, just try to be more responsible, and in time, maybe, you decide that you want to end this little road that you on this path, because it's a dead end street.
Yeah, now I'm starting to see that. There's somebody that's from New Jersey actually just said to me the other night, "I'm I'm curious what you look like since the last time I seen you." And I was like, "Wow, I can't believe you said that." But that's because the streets eat you up out here, and little by little, you deteriorate.
So what did they look like for you every day?
Um, Pretty much, trying to stay well because I do have a habit. So that's the first priority, is making sure I have money to get well. So I'm working or making money, and trying to make sure that I'm always worried about not having it. That's my worst fear, is like when I don't have it, because then I can't function.
And what's that? Fentanyl,
Yeah, fentanyl.
and that's the only drug you use.
That's the drug that that's the one that I'm physically addicted to. Where without it, I get sick, go through withdrawal. Um, yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah. And how bad is withdrawal? How would you
Um,
describe it?
um, it's something that I pretty much make sure I don't go through. Whatever I gotta do, to do, I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure that I don't have to go through that. So sometimes, like how they say you work overtime, you're working 20 hours a day. Like, I work 24 hours a day to make sure that I'm not gonna be sick.
And if you
I
don't,
will push myself to a point that I'm like,
if you don't
exhausted.
mind me asking, how do you work?
Um, I'm a hustler in all ways. Whatever way I can make, like, we scrap. Um, you know, uh, sell my medication. Just
Your medication? What? What kind of medication is that?
like my Suboxone.
Okay.
Like, I hate to say, but people, um, yeah, I should have said that, but
Are you out here alone?
I have a boyfriend. He's out here. He scraps. He works.
So where do y'all stay?
We rent a room right now, which is good because it's freezing out. It's so cold out. Um, so I'm renting a room from a friend. We don't know. It's not really permanent because I don't know how long it's gonna last. It seems to be like hard to rent rooms out here. But I'm right outside Kensington. I'm not actually in Kensington anymore. So
Thank you, Miss Christy. Want to say hello to Christy?
All right, where's that? Oh, okay. Hi, Christy. Those are the comments. Come on. Okay.
Yeah, you see, some people they show you love. You know, it's one big family. Well, other than that, what do you do? You know, when you are sober, or do you have days when you're sober?
Do I have days when I'm sober?
Yes.
No, honestly, no. Yeah, you can't. I can't go a couple hours without it. Um, yeah, there's no days sober.
And how much money would you say you spend a day on it?
Um, never enough. Honestly, just never enough. So, um, because I'm outside of Kensington, I got to make sure I have enough money to go home. So I gotta, I'm out here making money, doing whatever. Um, People panhandle, all kinds of things. So let's say I have, here's the biggest, I just want to say this real quick. I have an addiction that's not drugs either. It's a really bad addiction. I gamble. That's become the hardest addiction out here. One that I never thought I could ever have because I'm broke, but I do. I gamble, and unfortunately, people that gamble, they don't gamble till they win. They gamble till they're broke. So no matter how much money I have, I'll put it in the machine.
And you do know it's also a gamble by using drugs
Yeah, yeah.
because that's a big gamble. Because when you do the fentanyl, it's no guarantee that you're gonna survive. It could be a bad bag. It could be your last bag. You know.
No, you're right.
So why do people want bags that when the rumor going on that it's gonna gave this bag up and it killed somebody? What make people run for that bag?
Well, they think that it ain't gonna kill them, and then it's just good. Out here, unfortunately, everything is now fentanyl and trank. So um, I don't do no samples anymore. I don't because I don't do trank. I only it's very hard for me to get anything out here because I only do fentanyl. So there's only one or two places that have just fentanyl. So I stick to those two spots. Because trank is just another whole addiction that I don't need, and it's in all the. Now it used to be heroin, the opiate. Now it went to fentanyl, right? Then it went to trank. Now you can get a bag of trank without even the fentanyl or the opiate in it. You're just doing trank.
And that make people well.
Now, yeah, because they're addicted to the trank now.
Uh,
They're they're so addicted to the trank now. You see a lot of people that are um like slumped over. They call it zombie land out here. That's because they're doing trank, and the trank puts you out, knocks you out. Like I'm talking 2 seconds after you do it, you're out. You
Yeah,
can't
because I
function.
remember, you know, when the trank first came, they were saying horse tranquilizer.
Hmm.
Then it went to like elephant
Yeah,
tranquilizer.
there's three now.
Now I'm hearing rhino
Put
tranquilizer.
it
And
like this. I do listen. So I do the fentanyl. When I get a bag of trank, I know right away. As soon as I do it, I smoke it. As soon as I smoke it, it does something in your head, and you feel it right away. And I don't know if people tell you this part about it. It makes you pee your pants. It makes you pee. Trank makes you pee. Seriously. So all the girls out here now piss their pants. They got to ask me for jeans because they did a bag and they peed. They do another bag, they pee again. So they're changing their jeans, and you smell. If you go in stores, you will smell the piss everywhere. Seriously, I don't know if people know that about the trank that it actually does that. Um, but I don't know why it does that, but it just makes you it like makes you not have the urge to pee, and it just comes out.
so what would happen if somebody wanted to go get help and they don't find no fentanyl in their system? They just find trank. Would they treat them?
From what I know, I hear that some places are now starting to treat for the trank. Um, I don't know like the whole regimen for it, but I do know that they are starting to because people are dying from the withdrawal.
And how long does it last? The trank or the fentanyl itself? Period.
The high or the withdrawal.
The high.
It's short term. like an opiate could last all day. You could use an opiate and then you could be okay till the next day. It's within hours now. Like you need to get your fix or whatever.
So it's safe to say if somebody is sick, they do whatever to get it.
I mean, it's safe to say that I'm saying that it's easier to stay. It's people stay around here because it's not far from what they need, and what you need is every couple hours. So it's easier for me to go here, 5 minutes down the block than it is an hour or two. And it's just more accepted in general. For some reason.
Yeah, because it's sometimes, I see the cops just standing there
Oh yeah.
and people just shooting needles. I'm gonna give you a story. One day I was coming from work and I got off the train and it was this lady with a young kid and a guy was just sitting there shooting in his neck. So the lady and the kid, kind of cringed when they seen it. So the lady asked the officer, "You just gonna let him shoot up in front of you and you ain't gonna lock him up?" And the officer said, "It's not my job to lock him up. It's my job to call an ambulance if he pass out."
Well, being from New Jersey, that's crazy. Um, because that wouldn't happen in New Jersey. And as an addict, I'm embarrassed that other addicts even do that. It's sad that they leave a bad name for all of us.
And
I've actually watched them pull their pants down and shoot up in their groin right on the corner and the cop be across the street and them not do anything. I'm like, oh my God.
so they shooting up and they growing. What's the reason for that? They veins is gone.
Yeah, I guess they shoot up and they have no veins anymore. And it's quicker to hit that main vein that's down there. And there's no hiding it anymore. It's not like people go behind closed doors to get high anymore. They just, you know,
Oh wow,
even
wow.
though it's accepted, I mean, drug addicts should still have some type of, I don't know, some type of coup, some type of respect for themselves and other people and kids, especially. Because there are kids out here. There's needles everywhere. That's crazy. You know?
Yeah, actually, you can walk through these streets of Kensington and you'll see more needles on the ground than you see cigarette butts.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Without caps on them. There's no caps on them.
So, what do you think it'd take to clean Kensington up?
I mean, of course, I don't want to say this, but the truth is the cops would have to be stricter. The cops would have to, they are doing a pretty good job. They are trying right now to get a handle on it, and there are some that are working, and that's because they're doing more. Uh, yeah, rehabs are all good, but there has to be some type of fear in them that you can just pull a crack pipe out and smoke it right in front of a cop that you're going to get in trouble, and it's not the cop just looking the other way like they do.
Well, also, what responsibility do the addict have to play?
I
Don't
mean,
don't the addict got to take a part in this too?
that's what I mean. It's all their responsibility, which is why there should be some type of repercussions to that if they do that in front of people, in front of kids, in front of cops. You got to go do that dirt inside. I'll be honest, and I'm kind of getting. I'm used to this outside, so I'll be honest. It's probably very hard for me to go back to not doing it. Sometimes I gotta check myself because I'll do it right outside in front of people, and I'm like, you gotta start having respect for yourself and not doing it like that.
Well, speaking of the cops, I'm hearing that they were also dating
Oh,
the females.
I'm not sure about that one. Honestly,
Well, would you date one?
no. I don't like cops. I mean, no, I just don't deal with police.
Okay, because
But you never know, because
no, I'm gonna state the record. All cops ain't bad,
no,
you know.
no, no, no.
Because if something was to happen to my loved one, I would want the cops to be there to protect them,
Oh yeah, for sure.
And when I was in my addiction, yeah, I didn't like the cops, and that was only because
They're doing their job.
and I was doing wrong, right?
That's right.
Right.
Which is, I agree with that. which is why not that I don't like them. I guess I don't want to be. I don't want to. I don't need to interact with them because right now I'm doing illegal things.
So, do your man, do he get high too?
Yeah, he gets high.
So, how hard is it to have a relationship
Hmm,
with two people that's in addiction?
expensive. It's really expensive. We're broke because we struggle every day with eating. I have to call my sister to order me food sometimes because I can't afford to eat because there's two of us.
Right. And what about the trust? It's a lot of trust issues also, right?
Um, of course. I mean, I don't really deal with that so much. But with trust issues, meaning with like guys or girls, him talking to girls or guys, we're not really like that. But we both like one of us will be out and waiting for the other one will be waiting for the other one to come back with our stuff. And let's say he's out getting our shit, and I'm like, "What's taking you so long?" And I'm now yelling at him because he's taking too long, and I'm home, and he's like, "I'm trying to go as fast as I can." It's the same thing happens when I'm out there and I'm coughing for us. He's like, "Where are you at?" And he does, the drug is just,
Well,
controls a lot of
the
things.
question I'm gonna ask, you don't really have to answer if you want to, but at times, do you find yourself doing dates?
No, I don't. Yeah, I'd rather not answer.
Okay. Because I was just wondering, when it's a couple and one, the female do dates and, her guy no, I would think it's fine with them long as
Yeah,
it's the drug coming back, but when the drug not there, how
what's
did
it?
he
Yeah,
feel? How he feel about, you know, that type of stuff.
yeah. I mean, I think for me, I mean, I'm 46 and I'm in a time where like I'm gonna do what I want to do.
But
But
but could you really respect the man that you would if he allow you to do dates?
I mean, well, that's the thing. I think that it's not about him allowing me. I really would do what I want. If it was me, just saying, for instance, he don't allow me to do anything. Like I do what I want, and I'm gonna, like I'm gonna let him know what I'm doing, and he's either gonna not like that, and we're gonna talk about it, or he's gonna it's of course I'm gonna respect his opinion, but he's not gonna tell me what I can and can't do because at the end of the day, I'm the one that is going through the withdrawal. I'm the one that's gonna be sick. I'm the one that I'm not waiting for anybody. I do what I wanted to do, what I want to do, and I don't ask nobody for nothing. And that's in my head, I just
So it's safe to say that under addiction, selfishness will come in.
oh yeah, yeah. No, drug addicts are very selfish. Yeah, you're saying are we selfish?
Yes.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm selfish, I guess. Yeah.
I mean,
Are
not
you
just
selfish though? I mean, I think everybody's selfish. Like at
yeah,
some point,
yeah, yeah. I'm selfish. Um,
even though
my
you don't get high, there's times when you got to be selfish, right? I just don't think it's a bad thing sometimes.
well, my selfishness kick in now. It's with my integrity, my morals, my character.
Yeah,
That kind of selfish. My needs,
yeah.
not my wants. And I'm not saying that I don't have things to work on because I do. You know,
That's actually good. Yeah,
I'm not perfect
but you're selfish with what your morals, pretty much. What you're saying.
for the
That's
most
cool,
part. For the most part, yeah.
which is good because you don't want to have to give that up for nobody, really.
Right. And the other way, when I was being selfish, the opposite way, all that did was hurt my family, you know, my friends, and whoever cared about me.
Yeah,
Because in my days, my attitude was I'm doing the drug or I'm selling the drug and I'm the only one got to pay for it.
yeah,
But what I realized that every time that I went to jail, or every time I didn't come home, my family member was somewhere home, stressing, heartbroken. My kids disappointed. It's it's kind of bad when you realize what you be doing,
Mhm.
and your kid is sitting home by that window waiting on you.
Yeah.
And I could say that I believe that's how it go because I fell victim to that as a kid. When my mom or my father wasn't around, I could remember me sitting by, the window waiting.
Now, did your parents did they get high?
Um, yeah, 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 they did. My mother, my mother had me, my mother had me pretty young, and it was back in the '80s, and I don't think she knew what crack
Mm.
was gonna do. Nobody knew. They started partying with powder, but nobody had idea once you mix baking soda
Yeah.
to to coke, it would turn to a bomb. And she had me at 16, and she did the best she could do under her circumstances. And for a long time, I held resentment against her, but that was mom.
Yeah.
And when I could say when I had kids, I I repeated the cycle. Did the same things. And some people will say, "Well, I didn't have a chance. That's why I'm doing this." But in my situation, I look at it now is that being that I experienced it firsthand, then I should have known the effect or how I feel.
Well, I think as a parent, we want our kids to always do better than us. So even if we do what we do, like you said, your mom did things, she still didn't want you to do it. She wants better. We want better for our kids. Like I want I want my son to do better.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And even with mom today, she made the mistakes, but she gave it to God.
So your
And
mom's still around.
oh yeah,
Oh,
thank
good.
and that's a blessing.
Yeah. My mom passed away almost 3 years ago. So
I'm sorry to hear that. Did y'all have a good relationship?
yeah, yeah, very good.
Do you believe by her passing that it's caused some of your actions?
Hmm. I mean, not that she, but her passing. I'm just like, you know, I have a lot. She passed away, and then my son's father passed away within the same month. So that's a lot of hurt that I have not yet to deal with.
So do you believe that you numbing yourself?
Oh yeah, all the
And
way. Yeah, all the way. I just said that to somebody. I'm like, I'm just numb. There's no. Uh, I can talk about things without crying these days. I can do so much because I'm just numb. I'm just numb. Once I unnumb myself, I guess reality is gonna hit. So
but you're not numb. You still feel. This is why you saying that you do these things to numb it,
yeah, too numb. I guess.
but
Yeah.
it don't go away that way, love.
No.
It just
At first, you think it does, but then it tricks you. It creeps up.
well, hopefully, you know, you talk to somebody
Yeah.
and get some help to ease that trauma, you know?
It's like I like holding it over here, just waiting to like get to it.
Because what I'm learning, because what I'm starting to learn with life is that it's out of our control what happens to us at times, but it is in our control on how we deal with it.
No, you're right. You're right.
So, any regrets you have?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of regrets. Um. I mean, I can't. I don't. I don't. Dwell on them though because I know I can't change anything. I do. I do know that I can't change those. But I want to have less regrets in the future.
You could
So,
start a new path,
hmm
and I know
yeah,
you could do it. You know,
I'm just not sure exactly what that path is yet. I'm just confused on what I'm gonna, on a lot of things at my age, what I'm gonna do. It's hard. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of the situation I'm in, and it's like you say one thing and then like this thing pops up, and it's so much. It's just so much.
do you
So
do you believe in the Lord?
I do. I believe, yeah. Um, I wouldn't be here today if that wasn't,
Amen. Do you find yourself talking to him?
every day I do.
You give it to him, and he'll lead you. You know.
And and honestly, every day it's something that he gives to me that I didn't have that I needed, and I'm like, thank you. Like just like yeah, that's one thing I do know. I think that's why I'm still here, really, because I do know God.
How did you start drugs, and what was the first drug you tried?
Um, Marijuana was the first drug. Um, Heroin was the next drug that I did, and I was 17. Um, just being young and stupid, and boy, did I not know what I was in for doing that.
And how long have you been doing fentanyl?
Um, it's been probably about 6 years. 6 years. God, it's a long time. Um, it's 2026, right?
So safe to say, back when
So
COVID hit.
that right after, well, you know what? 2022, I started back up.
And would you say your life started spiraling downhill since?
Yeah, yeah. It didn't start right away, and I guess I forgot about it because I had used when I was younger, and I stopped for a long time. And when I picked back up, um, it just I don't know. I don't know how it happened so fast. It just does.
Here's a comment from Marcy. Marcy says, "Sweetheart, you just put one foot in front of the other until you get to where you want to be. I know it's hard, but you can do it."
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I do believe that too. I do believe just keep going, and it gets greater later.
Thank you, Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd also this comment saying, sending Samantha heartfelt thoughts of healing and recovery through sobriety. You can do it.
Thank you.
You see, it's many people out here that is really rooting for you
No, I appreciate that.
because it's dangerous. It's dangerous, and we deserve to live. You know, we deserve it. We shouldn't have to go through this pain and agony, and a lot of times we put ourselves through it.
Yeah. And sometimes you need a reality check, and I just hope that it's not. I hope it's just not too bad of a reality check that I'm going to be given to snap me out of this. Honestly,
So you said you stopped for a long time. How much clean time did you have in between?
so I got on methadone when I was on methadone for about 15 years, um, and I was off heroin. Um, I still did other things, but never. I wasn't really you know, drugs have always been in my life, whether it was me getting high or the person I was with, because my son's father got high. So when I was sober, I still dealt with his habit. So it was just always a part of my life. So it's just always was there in my back pocket, kind of just ready for me to pick up. Honestly, if I would have changed people, places, and things, and truly stuck with that years ago, I probably could have had a chance. But I stayed with the same guy, and he continued to get high too, and you know the same friends who continued to get high. So it's always was like a back and forth thing.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it.
Yeah, and that's why I do say I do live by the people, places, and things. If you want to, I tell people if you want to do better in life, hang out with people that do better in life because You're just gonna go down with the people that are doing down things.
But it got to start with you because I did fortunately have some good family, and they was doing all positive things, and I was around them, but I
Yeah,
still didn't
yeah.
change myself.
No, yeah. It's like, yeah. But I guess if you want to change and you're around them though, and you start to like be with them and you want to change, then eventually I think you will change. You know what I mean? If you don't want to change, it's different. But I think if you want it, then you can get to that. It's just about wanting it, I guess, first.
So you believe as adults, we still daydream.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you ever daydream and picture yourself in a better life?
I do, yeah.
And what do you see in your daydreams?
Honestly, I see my teeth fixed, like little things like that. Just a little thing like that. Like I think that would change a lot in my life. Then I would be more confident to go to work, more um like I just, little things like that. I don't know. Not worrying about money every day. Like I don't even what it would be like to not have to worry about money or worry about, just being homeless is rough too. Being on the street, thank God I do have a place today to sleep. Because tomorrow it could change. It changes that quick. Um,
Well, that's a blessing
it is.
because the people you see outside, a lot of them don't have nowhere to go.
No, I know. And I was just out there for a month and oh my God, it's rough.
Do you have any horror stories since you've been out here in Kingston?
um, luckily I don't have real hard. I mean, I have some things, but I guess I'm just not really, not compared to what I know people have dealt with. So I really don't, touch on it. But just to be out here in one of these cold nights is hell. That's rough.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, it's fucking cold. Like I don't even know what to say on it. It's cold. Like I can hardly handle the cold.
well, you think people even feel excuse me, you think people even feel the cold when they nodding?
Well, I do know this much that the drugs do help it, the cold. I mean, when you don't have any drugs in you and you're out here, it's colder. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but you will get high just to warm. I mean, it warms you up. I guess it's like maybe a side effect. I don't know, but you know, people probably get high and they probably smoke the K2, so they don't have to really feel so cold when they're homeless. I'm not saying it's the reason, but it's just one of those things that when you're out here already and you're already getting, I mean, it's just you're definitely not going to sit through a cold night like it was the other night and not get high if you can.
I don't think it helped. I don't think the drugs. Excuse me.
I know you should have a refrigerator here.
I don't think that I don't think the drugs really help the cold. I think people just willing to stay out in the cold because of the drug. Because if I'm not using drugs, I won't be in the cold. Even if I had nowhere to go, I would most likely be in a shelter.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, yeah, or yeah, you're right. I guess people stay out in the cold because they're chasing the high. I guess, or they would be in the shelter or in a warming center. Um, some people may not know about those though.
Well, what do you want out of life? Do you know?
Um, what do I want out of life? Overall, I want my son and me and my family just to be able to, at the end of the day, not be worry and I want everybody just to be, to I don't know. I just want to be okay. I don't really know. I ain't nothing I want that I don't already have. Honestly, I have my family. There's a lot of things I want and want. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I like life, and I don't want to die. So I do want to get my shit together so I don't die quicker than I'm supposed to. Um. So
Marcy just said she believed that you would make a good counselor.
yeah, thank you. I've been told that a lot over the years. Actually, yeah, I talk a lot, so
So you good at giving advice.
it's probably easier to give advice than to take it. So
Thank you, Miss Marcy. That's encouraging.
maybe that's what I'll do when I get sober.
Well,
One step at a time.
you say when you get sober, when you believe you're going to get sober or try to get sober.
I believe it's coming. I can say that much. It's like it's coming. Um, the change. I feel it. I know it sounds weird, but I just gotta. I know what I gotta do. I just gotta get there.
Right. Right.
So now it's like I'm now gotta figure it out and make some really big decisions quickly. So I don't want to be out here when my son has a kid or gets married.
What do you miss about motherhood?
Oh my god. Everything. What do I miss? I miss him. My son's awesome. So I just miss his just hugs, and I miss my son needing me because now like I need him more than he needs me.
So if he was watching this, and I know it could be hard if he was, but if he was watching it, what would you want to say to him?
I'm sorry and thank you because he doesn't have to deal with this. He could just be one of them. He he tells me every couple weeks, Mom, if you want to go to rehab, my insurance will pay for it. I got you. You know. So he's supportive.
So shout out to your son because
Yeah,
that's your knight in armor.
yeah, Jeremy, he's awesome. He somehow like only God, I guess. He's nothing. He's only the good side of me and his dad. He doesn't do no drugs. He works every day. Um, that's the only thing I did really right in life was him.
So you did raise him till he was grown.
I along with everybody's help, I did. He was with me, until he's probably like 13 or 14. But everybody was always helping. His grandparents on both sides helped. My sister helped big. I never really had it all together, but I never got my son taken away, thank God. Um, so he lived with me and methadone. I was on methadone when I raised him. I guess that's what I can say. That helped me be able to raise my kid. So,
So even when you're on the methadone, does that still give you the craving?
well, this was before fentanyl. So it was just opiates then. And back then, when you did methadone, it blocked the opiate, so I couldn't get high. Even if I wanted to get high, you didn't. It blocked it, so you couldn't feel the effects. Like now, you can get high on fentanyl with the methadone.
No, but I heard the methadone still give you that same kind of high feeling.
It's not like a high feeling. Um, I mean, looking back on it, it definitely was sedate. It was it did sedate me at times. But used the right way and not abused, you can live on it and not get high and do the right thing. You can have a life with it, but people abuse it just like other things, and um, they don't really have a lot of uh, they don't really have a big setup on how to get off methadone. So a lot of people end up doing it for a long time.
Do you have any friends out here? Do you look at some of the young females that's in the struggle out here?
Um, yeah, I I know like a lot of the girls, but I don't really I don't deal with a lot of them because you know, I just try to stick to myself. You try to be friends with people out here and you end up just, um you end up in a bunch of shit you don't need to be in.
Well,
So
what about back in Jersey? You still have family there?
yeah, yeah, and I have friends, that sometimes I talk to. Um, Now I have my sister. I have two sisters. Um, and um, Now I have a lot of family that are there. Everyone's in their own struggle in life. You know what I mean? So, but they didn't turn their back on me. I would say that much. And I'm definitely welcomed at most of their houses because I never stole from any of them. Thank God.
But a lot of time it's it's easy for you to stay away from them because it's your guilt, right?
Hmm. Yeah, and I don't know if they really know totally this person, this side, so openly like this. Um, like I said, getting high in Jersey is more secretive. You're more, behind closed doors. Out here, it's like in your face.
But just stay connected with them because, like I said, while you out here, you taking them out here with you
Yeah, you're probably right.
because birthdays come around and they wondering where they sister at.
Yeah.
And how often do you call them?
Um, not that often. I try to text as much as I can or message on Facebook or Messenger. Um, but yeah,
You know, I'm rooting for you also
thank you. I appreciate that.
because this ain't no life. And like I said, I had my addictions, but it wasn't fentanyl. But no drug is better than none.
Yeah,
And that was pretty hard for me to wake up trying to figure out how I'm gonna get it and when I'm gonna get it.
yeah.
That's just it's a
That's a
horrible
job in
feeling.
itself.
And it's not easy. It's not easy, but it could be done.
No, you're right.
It definitely could be done. And I'm just gonna root for you
Thank you,
to come up out of it.
and I will.
Because that's just our duty, even if we go through this, to come up out of it and help somebody else.
Yeah, that's what they say. You get back by helping another person, right?
Yeah. And hopefully you don't die tomorrow. But if you was to die tomorrow and people were to speak at your funeral, what would they might say about you?
That I talk a lot.
Well, you see, the people, they all, you know, they give you encouraging words, and I know they rooting for you also.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But Kensington is no place, and I heard you say earlier that you could deal with things because you're harder than others. I'm here to say that's not not normal
No, I
to
know.
deal with pain, you know, or
No, you're right.
stress and have to worry about fighting to survive or
Yeah,
because
it's like you're in the trenches, pretty much.
over the years since I've been here, it's a lot of people I don't see no more that's gone. You
No, you're
know,
right.
you hear bad stories, And,
You just hope that they were out getting clean or sober when you
and,
don't see them.
and to me, you still have a loving heart. You still feel.
No, I do. Yeah, you're right.
So just gotta put your foot forward and
Yeah,
make it up out of here.
I'm going to. Thank you.
You know. So the people that was watching, you got anything you want to say to them?
Thank you for all your support. I appreciate it. And your love. Appreciate it all.
So let's all pray. Let's all pray for her, and hopefully she makes it out. Until the next time,
Stay tuned.
we're gonna do a we're gonna do an update with her, and hopefully she could come back and tell us her recovery story. So until the next time, I'll be seeing y'all. Thank you for coming out and tuning in to Jay and Samantha.
Thank you.
And with that, everybody be blessed and have a good night.